The Amaqwathi Royal House in Ngcobo in the Eastern Cape has bemoaned the renaming of the eNgcobo Local Municipality to Dr. AB Xuma Local Municipality. And for more on this, we're now joined by Nkosi Khwezi Thandizulu Dalasile, spokesperson of the Qwathi Royal House. And he joins us now via our video link. So thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, let's perhaps start off here. Why is there so much resistance to the renaming of this municipality to Dr. AB Xuma Local Municipality?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to you and good evening to the listeners at home. One, as Amaqwathi, we recognize AB Xuma as one of our sons. But what we bemoan in this instance is the contravention of all the laws that regulate renaming of municipalities or any other geographical areas. We are saying the renaming of Ngcobo Local Municipality did not follow proper processes. It did not take into consideration views. There was no consultation done with the people of Ngcobo, but especially with the royal houses, Royal House of Amaqwathi at eNgcobo. That is why we then reject the name. We don't reject AB Xuma, we recognize AB Xuma as one of the liberation stalwarts, but we reject the process that led to his renaming. We are saying actually the process should have followed, the processes should have been followed as stipulated, and views of the people, especially their leadership, which is the royalty, Amaqwathi royalty, should have been taken into consideration. That is our position as Amaqwathi.
And I understand that the municipality was renamed in 2022. It's now 2 years later, 2024. Is this the first time you are raising this issue, or has it been raised before?
Thank you, ma'am. As Amaqwathi, we are a very patient nation. We are a very loving nation. We have been patiently pursuing this. It started right in 2022 when we saw posters announcing that there will be a launch. That was sometime in September 2022. We had previously heard over the grapevine that there is this looming change. We wrote letters, we wrote to the municipality, we wrote to the premier, there was even a petition to the office of the president, which was taken via the MP, Honorable Bandubonge Olomisi. But all those attempts in 2022 came to naught, such that not even a single traditional or royalty attended the launch, which took place on the 23rd of September 2022. We boycotted the event to voice our displeasure. Right on the eve of the launch, which was on the 22nd, the Premier, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, did send a delegation made up of Mayor Mr. Zanga and also Mr. Williams, MEC Williams, who was the minister, who was the MEC for local government. They came and met Amaqwathi. We voiced our dissatisfaction, we voiced our displeasure. They left saying they are going to report back to the Premier. That was on the 22nd of September 2022. That's the last we heard from the Premier. We wrote several reminders to him, to the minister in the office of the presidency, to the minister in local government, to the minister in arts and culture, as the matter affects arts and culture, and even to the presidency. All those over the whole of 2023, there has not been a response. We only received one single response, and that was in April 2024 from the office of the presidency. And the response was that let's go back to the Minister of Local Government and Traditional Affairs. And we think that that is very much uncaring we've already gone through those steps.
Yeah, and maybe perhaps just give us a bit of insight, because I mean, you are saying that there was no proper consultation that was taken, that took place, and also you were never really informed as the community living in this part of the municipality. When you say that proper processes were not followed, from your observation and from what you know, what was actually done by the municipality to rename, or the province to rename this municipality?
Well, I think the municipality can be the ones to answer. What we are able to see from having done research is that indeed there was a gazette published. But when you publish a gazette, no one waits for a gazette. You must go to the communities you consult. That never took place. We know that there was a gazette that was published. We also know that the municipality did vote and agree on the name. That's all that we know. Then also that there was a launch, which is what we became aware of. We became aware of the launch when we were invited and actually saw posters. Otherwise, what is missing here is actually the crux of our democracy. Our democracy says people must be consulted on what affects them. We are not just people here. We are actually the founders of the Ngcobo community. Ngcobo would not exist as it is had it not been for our heroic fathers who found the area of Ngcobo and made it a settlement so that everyone can be at peace, everyone can coexist in this area of Ngcobo. So we are actually very much unpleased with this attitude of disdain that we get from our government.
I mean, it's almost 2 years since you say you've raised these issues, from the municipality to the province, as well as the presidency. And if no one is willing to listen to your plea now, is there any other steps you will be taking as the Qwathi Royal House? Will you be taking any legal action in this regard?
The executive mayor, which is Honorable Siyabulela Zanga, as well as the premier, which is Oscar Mabuyane, they are both our sons. They belong to us. We are our royalty. We are their royalty. We believe that somehow they will come to their senses, because the letters that we have been writing to them, they are saying, come, let us reason and find a better way of honoring our heroes and recognizing the history of this place, which is called Ngcobo. Let us not throw away our history just because we are excited for a short moment. Let us establish a relationship that will be long-lasting. Now, we still are opening our hands to that. But of course, the laws of this country always make recourse for us. If they still reject, we have written to the last office, which is the office of the president. If they still put wool in their ears, then we do have legal resources which are open to us as a Amaqwathi community. We will surely take that route.
All right, so thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. That is Nkosi Khwezi Thandizulu Dalasile, spokesperson there of the Qwathi Royal House, so just giving us an insight there in terms of the issues that they have raised, in terms of the process that was followed by the municipality in renaming it to Dr. AB Xuma Local Municipality.